Yep, more and more on the Illuminasty, okay? The Illuminasty was they were the railroad men. The railroad men, the pirates, the Knights of Malta, the Crusaders, the Pope's Knights, the Knights of Columbus, uh, the the Templar, if I didn't say that already, the Baphomet, the Illuminati itself, the Bavarian Illuminati, which is like so mainstream that it's just it's not sufficient. Angels and demons is nothing but propaganda and fictionalizations. That's holy grail stuff, okay? So the royalty, all the royalty of the planet is the Order of the Dragon or the Order of the Sun Serpent. These people are the Illuminati, okay? All of them, all of the planet, all their rulers and leaders and ancient kings descended from dragons and snake people. I mean, this isn't me saying it. This is them saying it. I am not making this up. I just researched this material and I've just happened to 2 plus 2 equals 4. The Mayans, okay? Quetzalcoatl and all them, the Peruvians and all these people and these cultures, the Inca and the Andes and all that, their gods were basically the Aryans, but these Aryans could take on the form of a beautiful person that was all light skinned, blue eye with blonde long hair, but they also, their real shape and form was a giant snake with, this basically feathered headdress, or a flying dragon is one of the descriptions of them in China. The emperors descended from dragons. The Yellow Emperor, all these people over there. I mean, it's all snake worshippers, man. Snake cults. It's just another snake cult, like Conan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically, what that guy did, James Earl Jones did on Conan, where he turned into a snake. That's what Quetzalcoatl was supposed to be able to do. Where Quetzalcoatl was a real person, supposedly, or a real entity. The fallen angels from the Watchers, man. The Greeks, the demigods, the Titans, the gods. These are the fallen angels. It's not mythology. This is real stuff, okay? So, these, I mean, there's even, for instance, in Ojibwa, there's something called the Metaweewin cult. Or not cult, but it's called Metaweewin. And it seems like they learn things from entities of light. I'm not sure if they're angels or if they're the fallen watchers as well, man. I mean, this stuff it's everywhere. It's worldwide. It's not a one continental occurrence. It's a worldwide phenomenon. And then people like to tell you it's bankers. Though the bankers, guess who the original world bankers were? The knights, the poor knights. The poor knights really were transporting around bars of gold, and they said, well, we can't carry around all this gold, so we'll deposit our gold here, hit the road, end up somewhere else, and we'll give you this official seal piece of paper where money comes from, and these people would give you your gold back. And what they started doing was giving out more receipts than they had gold. And then eventually you crash the system, and then someone hoarded all the gold and sneaks, you kill everyone who knows about it, and now you have your pope, you have your king, you have your cabal, you have your Illuminasty hanging in the shadows somewhere with all the money they need and the knowledge, because they've already done it and got away with it. Because look, if they're not hung or in jail and imprisoned, well, they got away with it. And then, basically when you commit a crime, but if your crime is so good that you end up being the guy in power of everything, you didn't commit a crime, buddy, because no one above you can prosecute you, so you get to get away with it. This is what they're setting us up for right now. And all your colleges, look, those people, the iron, the train barons, what they did, that's why they brought the Chinese here, because they could get cheap labor, okay? But what they also did was imported opium. So as they paid these Chinamen, they had their dealers waiting as they got paid to sell them opium. So therefore, they double profited because they basically got their railroad for free. No, the Chinese paid them to make their railroad. Then they took all this money that they made, and then they made your first 5 colleges of America. This is documented historical stuff. And these men descended from pirates who operated off international law of the water. And that's why there's 2 laws in America. There's 2 constitutions. There's the law of the land, but we're all under the law of the sea. The law of the land doesn't apply anymore. Basically, we're all a commodity. We're just a human resource, which means slave. It's just, these people are adept double speechers. When they say to you world peace, they mean world conquest. When I say world peace to you, I mean no war and everyone gets along and looks out for each other and doesn't seek to dominate one another. You're willing to split the power between your neighbor. These people are your neighbor who want to control everything because, A, they have trickily, deceitfully, hoarded and connived and set a plan, a snare, a trap to catch us all up. You know what I'm saying? To where they get us into a situation where it's either you're with them or you're against it. You got to die. And this happened during the Inquisition. The Druids, there's more Illuminasty, pagans, Illuminati. They all had to go underground during the time of the Pope, not Christians. Christians were out just cutting off people's heads. This was the Catholics that were killing the Druids and the pagans and the Wiccas, which are all Illuminati too. And now they're all together. They do voodoo in the Catholic Church. That's why there's all this Santeria Muerte cult down in South America, or down in Mexico right now. There's the Templar drug cartels eating people's hearts. This is the old initiation. This is the most satanic initiation ritual, is the cannibal initiation. Because supposedly the Indians here in Michigan learned it from the Frenchmen, who they learned it from the Goetic text that came back from the Crusades from Jerusalem, which came from the Babylonian Talmudic Pharisee people. It didn't come from Christians. It didn't come from Muslims. It came from this secret Illuminati Babylonian mystery sun fascist eco-fascist cult that's been around since the beginning of time. And it makes sense. Like I've already explained and broke down how someone would mistake the sun for God, okay? But if you know Jasher, the book of Jasher, Abraham, the father of all our nations, basically, of the nations of the tribes of Israel, right? Look, he said, surely the sun is God. But then no, who made the sun is what he said. Then he looked at the sun, moon, and stars. The moon and stars, he said, oh, this is God, surely the moon and the stars. No, who created all of this? Abraham specifically discredits anyone who says that we worship the sun, moon, and stars. That is the light. God said, let there be light. Light didn't exist on its own. I mean, so according to the historical text of the documents, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is a grand mystery in itself, which opens the door for these people to step in and say, we know the mysteries, and then you listen to everything they teach you, but then they stop you from going all the way. They stop you at the sun and the moon and the stars. And then instead they attribute these things to Lucifer, to Venus, to Isis, to Tammuz, basically. And then you go on and burn your children to Moloch. You know what I'm saying? Bohemian Grove, that's Council on Foreign Relations. Look at the state flag of Colorado. It is a fucking Illuminati eye. Come on. The dollar bill, Illuminati eye. Masons. Come on, dude. Look, this stuff is so elementary school if you're a conspiracist, man. I mean, come on. Illuminasty.